The truth about the Throttle House review of the GT500. Let's talk about it. What's going on, guys? Matt over here, Lethal Garage, and today I want to talk about the GT500 reviews that have been going live, and specifically Throttle House's setup. Now, as you guys may or may not know, the gentleman from Throttle House, including professional driver Randy Probst, that a ton of people trust. I myself trust his results and his abilities of a race car driver, and reviewers got their hands on a Challenger Red-Eye, a GT500, which was a review car from Ford, and a ZL1 1LE. Now, the ZL1 1LE has been tested many which ways. Actually, the Motor Trend, I don't think, has ever ran the ZL1 1LE on Button Willow. They've ran a regular ZL1. But all that being stated, I think this was the first time Randy Probst has gotten in a ZL1 1LE on Button Willow and put down a time. Now, all that being stated, the time that he did get in the ZL1 1LE was actually slower than the official MT Motor Trend time on that same track. Now, who knows, same day, same whatever, but there's a few things that people are harping on, claiming the GT500 is the better car based on the final remarks made at the end of that video. And there's a lot of details that have come to light that I think everyone should know in regards to the cars that were tested and how they were tested. So let's get into it. I should caveat, I'm obviously a Camaro owner. I'm a big fan of Camaros, but I do like Mustangs. My dad was a Mustang guy for years. I know a little bit about Mustangs in a sense, and I do believe the GT500 is the best looking, most capable Mustang ever to come out of Ford, ever. And it's a beautiful car, and it performs very well. And don't think that this video is an attack on the GT500. It's more of, let's get the facts on the table, and potentially, and hopefully, we see a proper rematch in seeing how these cars truly perform against each other on the track. Now, some of the things that we should get into. Let's talk about the big comment around the GT500 supposedly having burnt out tires. Now, Throttle House, they had done some circle burnouts around the Red-Eye for some shoots earlier, and I believe that is why they're saying the tires were heat cycled out. In that instance, from what we heard in earlier videos and stuff, they did replace, I believe it was the front tires, with a set of used tires. Now, the GT500 was a press car, so irregardless of the car being new or not, or having used tires or not, Ford sent that car in a state, whether the tires were brand new when they got it. I don't think the tires were completely demolished from the videos that they were doing. Sport Cup 2s have about a 7 to 9 heat cycle rating on them before they're just completely useless. And as even Randy had highlighted, the Sport Cup 2s, they're decent tires, but after the first lap, like after a warm-up and the first session on a track, they aren't as good as they should be. Now, the ZL1 1LE that was on hand was a car that was loaned to them from a Camaro owner. It was not a press car from GM. It's a stock ZL1 1LE, and they did replace the front tires because the owner had a set of mismatching tires on the car. The owner had Sport Cup 2s up front. They replaced them with matching tires. So the front tires were brand new. The rear tires were used tires, 23,000 miles since he had purchased the car. And yeah, those tires are not rated for that many miles on a ZL1 1LE. So the argument can be made, the rear tires of the ZL1 1LE were not perfect tires by any means. 23,000 miles on those Goodyear, what are they, the 3s or whatever the series they are. That's pushing it. And I was talking with the owner of the ZL1 1LE, and he was just laughing. He's like, I hot rod this car everywhere. I do burnouts. I go crazy at every light. I'm in the throttle. So these tires in the rear of the ZL1 1LE were definitely used tires. And I'm a little shocked that, and I guess maybe they couldn't do the swap back and forth, but I'm surprised if they replaced the front tires, I'm surprised they just didn't replace them all the way around. Either or, maybe it was a budget problem or whatever, but no one really knows what the Red-Eye had gone through. So it was a car off one of those rent-a-car services. I think they said it was Zorro or Zora. I don't know what the service is called, but it's one of those, like, you can pay money and go pick up like a Lamborghini or whatever. Well, they were able to get a Red-Eye, and that's how they got the Red-Eye for the video. So again, it wasn't a press car, wasn't set up. No one really knows if anything had been changed on the car, but we do know that they got that car. But all that being stated, the ZL1 1LE was a normal person's car, wasn't a press car. The GT500 was a Ford press car, and the Red Eye was a rental car, for lack of better words. And the results were in. Now, the ZL1, now it was interesting to see that they did the drag race and they brought a regular ZL1 without all of the aero. And I think that was a mistake on their part. I think they truly wanted to see what the difference would be. And I don't disagree with the choice, but I think it was an error in the true comparison of the cars. They had a ZL1 1LE there. Why not use it for the drag racing just to see how it panned out? Now, they did do it, but off camera, and they didn't share the results, unfortunately. And it probably wasn't a true quarter mile. It was probably closer to a 1,000-foot run. But here's a small snippet of a video of the ZL1 1LE and the GT500 from a dig with the ZL1 1LE doing this. You guys can complain all you want, but what I am stating here is Chevy did win the day. It won the track times, regardless of what components weren't perfect. The ZL1 1LE had fairly worn out rear tires. The GT500, they say, had heat cycled tires. Okay, all I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Chevy won the race. It took the win. And is that a knock on Ford? No, it's not. The GT500 is a very capable car. The only thing I can hope is that maybe next time they'll send some extra wheels and tires for the guys. So if they do want to see a true comparison, it can happen on fresh tires, both cars on the same day. It's really hard to compare track times on different days and stuff like that, just because temperatures make a difference. Temperature of the track makes a difference. Outside humidity makes a difference. So having both cars on the same day, that's as close as a comparison as you can get, especially with the same driver. We all know Randy is a professional driver, and Randy highlighted the GT500 probably would have won if it had better tires, but at the end of the day, it didn't win. So maybe next time Ford will bring forth a car that's ready to be raced. Now, I'll have to say it to Ford, Ford is not interested in comparing the GT500 on actual road race tracks. They aren't. They did it with the GT350 and the 350R. They were real quick to dismantle the Z28, but I think they even know the ZL1 1LE is a potent and competent car, even being 2 years older, that can hold its own and potentially and has beaten the GT500. That's a factual statement. There is data and track times out there, not press times on perfectly prepped tracks or whatever. It is what it is. So hopefully the GT500 can get some wins. I'll be the first one to give it kudos when it does. I do think it's a beautiful car. It sounds amazing and it drives amazing. And anybody out there who's has the money or wants to spend the money for the car, good on you. You're going to be really happy with that investment. Unfortunately, it's not going to be as rare as you might hope it would be, but it is what it is. GT500. It's a sexy car. It really is. Is it better looking than the ZL1 1LE? Is it heresy to say I like it better? I can't get over the canards on the ZL1 1LE, and I totally get their function with the spoiler or the wing, but I don't know. Blame me, hate me, whatever. That's my opinion. Who cares? It's my opinion. And if you're watching this video and you're saying, well, he says who cares? Who cares? Yeah, well, thanks for watching the video and finding out my opinion. That's all I got. I'm rambling and I'm going off. So GT500 ZL1 1LE. Currently ZL1 1LE has a lot of wins, but until we see more track testing and more head-up racing, do we know the winner? Right now everybody just, well, on paper the GT500 is the winner, but in real life results, that's not the case yet. Yeah, I'm out. Thanks for watching. Till next time, see you on the road.